Welcome to Reality Hour. I am Eric Ascher. Adam is not here tonight. He is drowning in work and he has more than earned a night off. Joining me instead is a very special co-host who covers Dancing with the Stars so that I don't have to. It's Grace. How are you doing, Grace?
I'm doing okay, and glad that Team Not Adam is here together. And
Yep.
yeah, Adam called me in last minute, so Adam, hope you're okay, but thank you for having me.
Yep. He's okay. He's just really busy and earned a night off, I'd say. So we're here to talk about week 2 of the semifinals on America's Got Talent 2020. And it was okay. I mean, it was better than last week, but my expectations for the season have been so lowered over the past couple of weeks that it was hard to be worse than last week or the week before or the week before or the week before. It's kind of a mess. So what were your overall thoughts on this episode?
I agree it was better than last week. I'm not at all upset or angry at who made it through this week.
Yes.
And the season is over next week, so we can relax.
And when we can move on to other less bad seasons, hopefully in the future.
You say that now.
Oh, I know. It's going to keep going downhill. I mean,
definitely.
The first season, Adam and I covered 3 seasons of this show. The first season was Shin Lim, which is my all-time favorite winner, probably.
I didn't watch that season.
The next season was Cody Lee, which was eh. And then this season, whoever wins is going to be eh as well, basically.
Yeah.
With one impossible exception of a little bit eh. But anyway, so I think rather for honor headlines of that, but Simon's still not here. Terry's still. Everything's the same. It's just more of the same.
We're not going to talk about BTS.
I did not watch BTS. I did watch BTS. I'll be honest. I don't understand it necessarily.
I'm not a K-pop person either, but they're huge and
they are massive. Like they're selling out stadiums. Or they were selling out stadiums when stadiums were allowed to be sold out.
Yeah.
In the before times. But yeah, I enjoyed. I didn't hate their performance, but it wasn't like something that I would. I preferred Piff last week.
So. I only paid attention because this song is being done on Dancing with the Stars next week, and I wanted to hear it.
Okay, that's a valid reason, I'd say. So speaking of dance acts, why don't we just go right into our first act of the episode, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about Waffle Crew, or W period A period F period F period L period E period crew.
It's an acronym.
It's kind of annoying how they write that out, but I'm not gonna have to write it out again because unfortunately they did not make it through. So they were Simon, Gold, and Butler dance crew. They did a high energy performance in a movie set from Cars. Thankfully, not the Cars with Larry the Cable Guy in it, but different Cars.
Ugh. I hate those movies. But no, literally, Freeform is doing like Disney movies all weekend during September. And this weekend, they're showing the first 2 Cars movies. And I'm just like, thank you, I will not be watching
them. The first one's okay, but the second one is just terrible.
The third one is the best one, in my opinion. But really, the second one is easily the worst Pixar movie, by far. But they're also showing Up, which is fantastic.
I haven't seen that one, but apparently that one's worse.
What's that?
Apparently The Good Dinosaur is worse, but...
The Good Dinosaur, I thought it was cute. I mean, it's kind of bland, but...
Yeah, whatever.
They're also showing Up this weekend, and that movie is fantastic.
That is my all-time favorite, other than Inside Out. Up and Inside Out.
They're showing that one, too.
Good. So they'll balance out the crap with the good, at least.
Anyway,
so what did you think of Waffle?
Honestly, I thought the setup was really cool. I knew they were toast coming into the episode because they got the Duncan save in the quarterfinals. And the Breonna Taylor Black Lives Matter hoodies were, I mean, I get it, but it was a little bit shameless. And it didn't work, obviously, the same way it worked for Brandon.
It's not that it worked. I mean, I didn't know that's what they were wearing. I like that.
They were just like turning around after the judges. And one of them had Breonna Taylor's name all over the back, and that kind of
stuff. That's good. I like that, actually. Yeah. Let's see. I think they're good dancers. They're not spectacular dancers, and we had better this year. And The performance was fun, but I still think they're far more personality than they are skill.
Mhm.
Having said that, I did think they would be up for the save. I didn't think they would just be cut outright. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm a little surprised to see them go for a finale, but I guess Simon needed to be there in order to push them more.
Possibly. I don't know if it would have made a difference, though.
I mean, probably not, but I mean, I just I really wanted to like them because I like the idea of Simon Golden Brothers not going to singers on the show, considering how often that happens.
Always.
But I just wish they backed up their personality with more like skill.
They are better than the other dance act that got Simon's golden buzzer, which is not necessarily a compliment.
Who is that?
Boogie Storm.
Oh, right. Boogie Storm was at least funny.
They were a joke act.
Yeah, they were absolutely a joke act, and they're at least funny in a little bit. Yeah, I actually prefer Boogie Storm to this. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No, I have no taste. But yeah, what are you gonna do? Anything else you want to say about Waffle, or should we move on past breakfast?
Bye. Maybe we'll see you on World of Dance, which I don't watch.
So, side note about World of Dance. Apparently, so I complained to my mom sometimes about AGT and all the judge cutaways and all the judges talking over things, and she said World of Dance is so much worse.
World of Dance is entirely pre-recorded. Plus, J-Lo is an executive producer and she's incredibly self-centered, so she needs to be on camera all the time.
At first I thought Michael Slezak was joking when he said that J-Lo has to have it under contract that she has to be on camera for a certain amount of time per episode.
It's different though when she creates the show.
I honestly think that that's not a joke. I think that's legitimately what happens.
Apparently she's also pissed at Derek Huff for doing Dancing with the Stars this season. She can get over it. That show made him.
Yeah.
And they need him. Moving on.
Moving on to Kennedy Dodds. She is the kid singer and piano player with the inspiration porn-esque backstory about her whole family going blind.
Her dad's a Paralympian.
Who he is?
He is. He was on the team that played, it's called goalball. It's specifically for people with visual impairments. And they actually won bronze in Athens.
That's nice.
So that's your fun fact.
There's a fun fact that I should have known. Okay. She sings another song, it's another ballad at a piano. Staging was cool because it just pans out and shows that she's like in the middle of like a city walk or something.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the performance?
I was really surprised she made the top 3 in her first episode. I actually thought she was better this time. Didn't play to the camera at all, so that was a little bit weird. I think she's a good singer, seems like a sweet girl. I don't see any way she's not bottom 5 next week.
I would agree. I mean,
especially because she barely made it this time.
Yes, I was dumbfounded that she made it last time. And I'm a little bit surprised she made it this time as well. Honestly, she's not bad.
No.
I mean, she's a perfectly capable singer, and she's on pitch, and her songs are good. But there's honestly so many better singers this year because we have an abundance of singers this year.
So many,
and a lot of them are a lot more memorable, unfortunately, and more marketable, and more like well, not more marketable, but she's probably actually the most marketable singer they had this year. But she's not the most memorable, and she doesn't do like the big songs, which is what you kind of need to do to win votes on the show. It seems.
Maybe she can't.
I mean, I don't think she can, but that's not. It's just it's the way it is. But I honestly think that she is bottom 5 next week, but we'll see what happens. I mean, she surprised me twice already, so maybe a third time.
When she started, when they showed the Duncan save poll after they announced that she was up for it, and she was running away with it, I was like,
"Oh, I wasn't watching results live." So how close was it? Was it even close?
She was at 40, and the other two were at around 30-ish.
Darn. Okay, so wow.
Yeah, she's got fans. Hi, Adam.
That's good. That's good. Oh, Adam's in the chat. That's fun. Okay. Should we let him in or not?
Maybe later, unless you want to let him in.
Okay, so let's talk about Max Major. He is the magician, or as I call him, the magician from Washington, D.C. And I know that he's from Washington, D.C. because I've seen so many tweets about him from my favorite local radio host.
Mhm.
Last time he got called out on Reddit for basically lying about how he did his trick. And I wasn't a huge fan of his last performance. This time was less bad, but still kind of easily faked.
I
And
think the audience was in on it, and I've seen this thing so many times.
I,
I
I
feel like
don't
all the
think
magicians do the same
had to
stuff.
be in on it. There were so many ways that it could have been done without the audience being in on it. And I know some of those ways.
Oh, totally.
I watch a lot of Penn and Teller Fool Us, and I've sort of figured out how some of these tricks are done. Like some of them are just like pretty easy to figure out. His are pretty easy to figure out, which is kind of annoying. I much prefer magicians like Shin Lim who actually like do sleight of hand and actually do things that could go wrong and actually have some stakes involved where it takes actual skill to pull it off. This doesn't take a lot of skill to pull off.
I
So
feel like all the magicians do like the same stuff, and I'm kind of over it.
a
I
lot of
thought
them do.
I thought he might actually make it, but then he was up for the judges' save, and like I totally knew it was over at that point.
I thought he was gonna make it, but I was surprised that he didn't. But I'm not mad that he didn't because
No.
it wasn't quite as good as other magicians we've had in the past, and
Right.
So I know it probably. I could talk about how this trick is done. I think I have some clues, but I'm not gonna talk about that because all I know is that he's gone and don't need to rub rub salt on the wound. But yeah, he was good. I mean, he made it to the semifinals. That's good for him, I guess.
And he was on the bubble.
Yeah, that's better than I expected. So good for him. Anyway, anything else you want to say about Max Major? Or
Bye.
yeah, same here. Anyway, let's talk about Bellow Sisters. These are the hand balancing sister act. 3 of them
From Germany.
from Germany. Okay, and this is not the type of thing I enjoy watching necessarily. It's just. I mean, it's undeniably a talent. It is undeniably takes a lot of skill and practice to do. It's also not the type of thing I would watch for more than 5 minutes at a time.
No.
And the problem with AGT is that the prize is a show in Vegas and $1 million. But the feature part of it is that you're supposed to be able to carry a show in Vegas. I don't think the SAC will carry a show in Vegas.
I mean, Cirque du Soleil is huge, but I mean, they don't have like all the props and stuff that Cirque has.
It's also
Unless they're capable
they
of
could
that.
they could easily be a part of a show,
Definitely.
but they could not carry their own show.
No.
But undeniably, they could easily be in a part of a big show.
Yeah, I really enjoyed them. I actually really like this kind of thing. Like I really liked Sophie Dossi when she was on the show.
Sophie Dossi was different though because Sophie Dossi did tricks with like bows and arrows.
Right. I'm a little bit surprised they made the top 3. They had to be 3rd place, but
I would assume so. Yes.
And only 2 of them were there because one of them went to bed and wasn't there for the results.
Really?
Yeah, there's the same thing when they got their feedback.
That's a little.
That was
weird.
what I heard. One of them like went to bed or something because it was like 2 a.m. in Germany when they did the show. So I'd be in bed too.
Even if it was 2:00 in the morning, I would wake myself up to hear what my fate's gonna be based on if the judges liked me or not.
I would be like passing out in the chair.
I mean, even if my eyes would be closing, I'd still like to know.
Oh yeah. Well, I wonder if the other 2 like went and woke her up after they found out.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it is kind of unfortunate that they at least found a good set for them to perform at, which was impressive. I will say I really enjoyed watching like what they've done for all of remote acts. They've all got like interesting places to perform at, and it's not just like them standing in like in like their house. So it's a lot better.
Right.
And again, benefit of seeing how the other shows did it and the time, and So I like them. are more talented than most of the acts in the top 10,
Yeah.
I would not pay to see them. But, you know,
I might.
hopefully they do well. So, anyway, anything other thoughts on them, or?
See you next week.
Yep, they'll be back next week. So, let's talk about Selena, the great singer without a sob story, and who was therefore a total goner, regardless of how good.
And she got the Duncan save in the last round.
That too, but
although Bella's sisters got the judges save and they made it, so go fig.
Yeah, that was surprising. So who knows? I saw actually that on AGT Wiki that they were the first act to do that, to leave the judges save and still make the finale in years.
Outright.
So, in years. So
yeah.
In years. I think so. I think personally this was a great song choice for her.
Mm-hmm.
And she delivered it well.
Yeah.
It wasn't spectacular,
No.
but it was better than most of the other singers in this episode, with one exception, in my opinion.
I've heard this song so many times on these shows, and normally it hits me like in a certain way. Like when Josh Daniel did it on X Factor. Oh my God. But like this didn't do it for me as much.
Well, so about that Josh
yours.
Daniel performance that I'm going to talk about is that I was excited so much about her performance right before it with Sean.
Mm-hmm.
Because what?
Adam, stop it with the cat puns. This is not Dancing with the Stars night. Carol Baskin is not here.
Oh, God. Okay. I'm not going to promote those comments from Adam because no one needs to see those. Anyway, let's see. I think that I was really excited to see her performance right before Josh Daniel's audition aired, because I was actually in the audience for that one. So,
like he did another song and they didn't show it.
No, I was in the no Sean Miley Moore's audition, the one before. I was at the taping for that audition in London, which was really cool. Oh, God, Adam.
Are we just gonna do this all the time? Just like watch each other's
Yeah, I mean, why not? It makes it fun, I guess. Let's see. So I think, what do you think of Selena?
I thought she sang it well. I am kind of sick of singers, but there's 6 of them in the finale out of 10 acts, so clearly the rest of the world is not.
Mm-hmm.
And the 2 singers that made it, I liked both of them better. So
2 singers, what?
The singers that made it, the 2 in the top 3, I liked them better.
See, actually, I liked Selena better than Daniela personally, but I don't think either of them have a chance at winning, and I think there are only 2 acts at this point that I think have a legitimate chance to win the show. And I really hope one of them does, and I really hope one of them doesn't. So, yeah. Sad that Selena was bust. Not surprised in the least that she was bust again.
Not the best singer. Try that hard.
Yeah, I would. That's the type of comment from Adam that I am willing to put on screen, because I would totally agree with that one.
Yeah.
Yes. So, ready to talk about Danger Acts?
Like I said this last week, because like half the acts had fire, subliminal message that the show is going down in flames, and he almost did actually go down in flames.
No, he didn't actually. You saw the cushions on the floor, right?
Oh yeah, they had crash mats. They had to. It's not like they were just going to let him fall and die on national television.
You see, the crash mats, I think, took out all of the suspense, because every other act of it, every other Danger Act, they actually they don't have the clear safety precautions on stage while they're performing the act. So I think the crash mats kind of are what sent him home, personally.
I'm actually pretty happy he didn't make it, because I really did not want to see what he had next.
You see, I don't like that. I mean, as usual with Danger Acts, 80% was describing how dangerous what he's about to do is, and then the last 20% was the actual act. And it's just the ratio of the amount of time dedicated to each part just never works for me. And I'm not a fan of these Danger Acts. And so,
like I said, could never fill a Vegas show. Could be part of it.
Oh, it could absolutely be part of it. But, and Yeah, the act was played out. It was Adam. And Eric Cartman busting gif, yes, I see that too. God.
Or
Anyway,
Regina George getting hit by a bus.
yeah, that was good too. But the difference is Regina George was not pushed into the bus.
That's not what the rumors say.
Oh God, yeah, 80-20 ratio we're talking about. Yeah, exactly what I was saying, Adam. And ready, let's move on to our hopeful winner, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because Christina Ray is Heidi's golden buzzer. My prediction for next week's winner. She sang "Jump," which is a song I know I've heard before, but I don't remember where I heard it before.
It's in a movie because I looked it up.
I know it's in it. I did not see the movie it was in, but I know I heard it on another competition show before. I forget which one.
Was it because she was on doing duets on Idol? Was that one of her duets?
Maybe it could be.
Yeah, it was her duet with Ryan. No, that was not that. That was Hold On, I'm Coming. Yeah, I can't find it.
Okay.
But yeah, it was in the movie Step.
Okay, I swear I heard the song before, but I don't remember where. Anyway, regardless of what the song was, which I thought was just okay, it wasn't a great song, but she doesn't matter what she sings. She's the best singer in this competition.
Easily.
In my opinion, she's the best act left. She's got my vote next week. She got Melinda Doolittle's votes next week, and I hope she wins.
So do I. I liked her last week better, but I don't really think it mattered because she was sailing through regardless, and I think it's earned.
I wonder what moment song we're gonna saddle her with next week.
She already did the Shrek song.
What Shrek song?
Hallelujah.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to miss a thing. I'm turning my TV off.
You know what? It's not going to be that. It's going to be something from Greatest Showman. I'm calling it right now.
Oh, no. No.
It is absolutely going to be Never Enough.
We're already getting This Is Me on Dancing with the Stars. I've had enough Greatest Showman for 1 week. Well, I will have.
It is. You know that we're overdue this season for a Greatest Showman cover. It's not
Simon isn't even there.
Never Enough.
Simon isn't even there.
Yeah, but they'll perform it just to make him happy from where he's recovering.
He's on a lot of pain medication. He's already happy enough.
Oh gosh. Yep. So I can't wait to hear a cover of Never Enough. I'm kidding. I really don't want it to be that song, but I wanted her to do well. Yeah, maybe the curse is broken. Yeah, no. The curse will never be broken. Adam and I were messaging each other after the Dancing with the Stars podcast this week, and I basically said, in 50 years, there will eventually be a show that doesn't have a Greatest Showman song featured, and we'll have to celebrate. It'll take 50 years for it to happen, but eventually it'll happen.
Or maybe another movie will come out.
Yeah,
another overrated musical movie.
Yeah, hopefully that somebody doesn't abuse animals as much. Anyway, let's move on to Bad Salsa, who are anything but bad, which I will make that terrible joke one more time. And
Isn't it an acronym too, like it is with Waffle Crew?
What?
Isn't it an acronym too? Like how Waffle Crew is?
I think it's a style of dance, I think. But I don't know.
Oh, the Bosch Academy of Dance. That's what it is.
What it is?
EAD. I looked it up.
Okay, good.
Yeah. They won India's Got Talent. Were they on BGT Champions or did I dream that?
I think they might have been. We should check though. Were they?
Well, okay, I'm on the AGT fandom, so that's not going to tell me.
Okay, let's look. AGT Champions. This part will be edited out of the podcast. Hooray for that. Yeah, they were.
Mm-hmm.
They were on the first episode of BGT Champions.
Okay.
And they did not make it into the top 3. Okay.
Just like this week.
Mm-hmm. Unlike BGT Champions, the format of the show enables them to still make it through. I will say they are the most impressive dance act in this competition.
Definitely.
By a mile. And they are really impressive, so fast. Like, so fast, so fluid, a joy to watch. And honestly, the fact that they were not in the top 3 is a serious problem with the show's voters, because
I thought they would be.
They should have totally sailed right through into the finale. They shouldn't have needed a save to get there.
Yeah, I'm happy they did get the save though.
Oh, I'm thrilled they got it, because
all the tricks were kind of making me dizzy though. But
I mean, the whole thing was making me kind of dizzy because it was so fast.
Yeah.
I mean, MJ wrote on a blog that basically was like on fast forward, and it kind of was, but it wasn't really. And it was, this is the type of dance act that like I don't typically like, but when it's this good, it works. So
yeah.
And
Adam, there's not going to be an AGT champion season 3. We talked about that in the pre-show.
There's gonna be, but it's gonna happen in 2 years, hopefully.
Yeah, it's not going to be this year.
And it better not be the same freaking format. That we need public voting. But that's a digression. Voices of Our City Choir. Anything else on Bad Salsa? Do you want to say it, or
see you next week? Hope you make the top 5, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I mean, we've had one act bounce back before. My golden buzzer last year, Ryan E. Miller, needed to save and then made it to the top 3, which I was really happy about. But I don't expect it to happen again.
Yeah.
Lies you tell. Okay. Adam, you're not Yoda. Let's see. Voices of Our City Choir. They're this year's requisite choir that we always get a choir. And they got Terry's Golden Buzzer like choir did last year. And it's just on repeat this show now. And it's the same thing every year. What did you think?
I mean, I love choirs. Like, I've actually been in choirs my entire life, but I think America definitely prefers like the Ndlovu youth choir types or the choir from 2 years ago. I don't remember their name, but like this, I mean, they sang a David Bowie song, a really boring David Bowie song, and they just stood there and sang it, and it was kind of boring.
Here's the thing. I don't hate the song. I loved it. I liked when Melanie Amaro and Josh Crowther duetted on it on the X Factor finale.
And all the Chris Renee fans were bitching up a storm.
Yeah, I knew one of those fans. But that's a long story.
Yeah, they said it was a setup, but he even said they rehearsed it with everybody.
Anyway, I will say, and then I loved hearing that song when David Cook sang it on tour last year, which was also really great. He sang it really well. But this performance itself, just okay, not great, no real standout moments.
No.
And so I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm a little surprised they're gone, but I'm not mad about it per se.
Me neither. Can you name more than?
Okay, so I can do it right now. Ndlovu Youth Choir, Voices of Our City Choir, that's from this season. Voices of Hope Choir. Let's see.
Detroit Youth Choir.
Detroit Youth Choir. They came in second last year. They almost broke the curse of the choirs.
The only one I can think of is Missing People Choir, but they're Britain's Got Talent.
There's a lot more of them that I can think about from Britain's Got Talent. Like, what was it? D-Day Darlings was one of them.
From 3 seasons ago. Probably not, Adam.
From more than 3 seasons ago. I can't remember very many acts at all from more than 3 seasons ago. That's not a fair game. We'll get to your golden buzzer at the end. I
don't know if I really had one.
You didn't like anyone this year?
I didn't like any of the auditions.
I mean, that's fair, but okay. Let's talk about Brett Loudermilk, which was the biggest disappointment of the night for me.
So gross.
It wasn't that it was gross, it's that it wasn't funny. He was the only sort of comedy magician this year that we had, and his tricks all involve sword swallowing. Insert dirty joke here. I'm not going to do that.
Well, there was no sword this time, but
yeah, there was no sword this time, but there was a rubber ducky. Yeah, it was. I mean, the thing about performance is it was stupid and not funny, and I wish he was funnier, and I wish that the trick was better. And I mean, I'm not mad he's gone.
Me neither.
I'm not surprised in the least that he's gone. But I wanted to like him because I actually did think his last performance was one of the funniest of all the performances this season. So
strangely enough, the funniest thing that I remember him for was when he found out that he was going to the live shows and he jumped up and he wasn't wearing pants.
that was him?
Yes, that was him.
Oh, fantastic. I like that.
And that he wasn't even trying to be funny there, I'm assuming.
Oh, that was now that I've seen the rest of his act, that was 100% planned.
Yeah, but honestly, like, I've been scoped before, so like I know how awful it is. And this was just like I wasn't as grossed out as Howie Mandel was, but it was close.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't get his appeal, Adam. I thought you were gonna make a terrible joke there, but I can't think of what it would be. So
I don't know if he deserves jokes.
What?
I don't know if this deserved jokes.
I will say the funniest line of this season was, I only have 3 minutes. I don't have time for your questions. That was the best joke of the entire season. But other than that, wait, what the hell does that mean, Adam? Okay. Anyway, let's wrap this up by talking about Daniela, shall we?
Yes.
The third kid singer in next week's finale. She sang "Who You Are" by Jessie J, who stopped trying to make her happen. She's never going to happen.
I love her though.
She's great, but
and I love this song.
And I love the song too, but it sucks because she's had one hit and it really she's had 2 hits actually. But she has an incredible voice, Jessie J. And it's one of the wonders of the universe that she didn't really take off bigger than she has. For me. For me, Daniela, the enunciation was really not good. Then again, this is not her first language.
Yes, so I kind of forgive that usually.
You have to.
Because if you ever watch Voice Kids auditions, which I know you probably don't, from the non-English speaking countries, they're very heavily accented.
Erica's wrong counter 1. What am I wrong about, Adam?
What? He gave me the night off and he's here busting on us.
Well,
Jessie J did Domino. Oh, yeah.
Oh, there were 3.
Domino, right. Price Tag, Bang Bang.
And those are the 3.
Yeah.
I forgot about Domino. I was thinking Price Tag and Bang Bang is what I was thinking. So.
Surprised Adam can read your mind. It's a little creepy.
Yeah, whatever. What are we going to do about that? The enunciation was not good, but again, putting that aside, she delivered a good performance. I am not raging on Jessie J. I like Jessie J. I said she has an amazing voice, and it's a shame that she hasn't made it bigger. To clarify. What do you think of Danielle? I know what you thought of Danielle. You told me the show, but tell everyone else.
I thought this was her best performance we've seen so far.
I would agree with that.
I think she earned a spot in the top 3. And I think she could be top 5, but I still don't think she can win.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, okay.
I wouldn't be upset if she did. I wouldn't be terribly upset if she did, mostly because I have no investment in anybody, but
yeah. Honestly, any of the singers could win and it'd be better than the other possible winner. So
maybe not Broken Roots.
Let's preview next week's finale, shall we? So we have 5 acts made it through this episode: Christina Ray, Daniela, Bella Sisters, Kennedy, and Bad Salsa. And they joined last week's finalists: Broken Roots, Brendan Leak, Roberta, Alan Silva, and Archie Williams. So I'm just going to come right out and say that this is my least favorite top 10 the show's ever had. And not by a little bit, by quite a lot. Having said that, if Christina wins, she wouldn't be the show's worst winner. In fact, she'd be one of the better ones, I think.
How did Bella's sisters make it through, Adam? It's a mystery.
And they were in the top 3, which is the crazy part.
Yeah.
But anyway, so if you notice something that we sort of hinted at earlier in this episode, I just named 10 names. 6 of the acts that made it through were singing acts. So it's really America's Got Singers as usual. And Adam is 100% right. I'm just going to pin it right there. Top 2 are going to be Brendan and Christina. And it can go really right or really wrong. And we're going to
Howie versus Heidi.
Singing versus talking, I guess.
I suppose.
Let's see. So I think I'm going to come right out and make my prediction right now that Christina is going to win. And that and I am prepared to be wrong, but if I am wrong, I shouldn't be. She should win, but whatever. Is this most singing acts out in the finale?
I think so, but don't quote me on that because I'm not just about to go through every single season.
About, like, American Idol had them more, but no, they didn't. Even though American Idol had 5 singers in the finale, that's still less. So, yeah, this is probably the most we've ever had. It's up there at the very least.
Definitely.
So, having said that, one of the top 2 will not be a singer, and it's going to be Brendan. So we have 1 week to go. I don't know.
It's almost over.
It is almost over, and we can almost put this season behind us, and then hope that next year is better, which it probably won't be, but, given the trends. But it won't be worse. Will Sophia be back next season?
That's a mystery.
No.
I haven't heard anything about the judges.
I'm going to predict right now that Sophia will not be back.
She'll get another commercial.
I don't know what she'll be doing instead, but I don't think she'll be asked back. She wasn't a terrible judge per se, but she didn't really add anything ever. Any final thoughts on this week's episode or this AGT season as a whole?
Kind of happy to put it to bed next week.
Yeah, same here. So
I don't know when I'm going to get to watch it because Dancing with the Stars is on Tuesday next week. So there's going to be some schedule shuffles.
Let's put it that way. You're not going to miss very much.
I have DVR.
So I want to say that I am Eric. You can find me on Twitter at Eric_Ascher. EricAscher.com is my blog, and bit.ly/EricLoveVids has my concert videos. What about you, Grace?
Reality2_ Grace on Twitter. I am also a judge on Dancing with the Stars Showdown, which is I'm on the Fan Edition season. It's every Thursday and Saturday night. It's DWTS Showdown on Twitter. We actually did our Halloween night this episode, which was actually really fun. It's hard to do, though.
Yeah, well, check that out. Be sure to check that out. And be sure to check out Grace when she talks about the rest of Dancing with the Stars with Adam. I will be in the comments, even though I do not watch Dancing with the Stars.
Just to mess with us.
Yes. Until next time, bye, everybody.
Bye.